Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2001 Video Premiere Awards. Please welcome your host for this evening's festivities, direct from KTLA Channel 5 Entertainment News, Mr. Sam Rubin.
All right, well, you caught me. I was trying to catch up with this evening's nominees. Our first Best Song nominee, she is beautiful. From the video Prancer Returns, please welcome the pride of Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Here is Alicia Elliott singing If You Believe.
Just what you see, then nothing's illogical, can't possibly be. Then open your mind and repeat after me. Anything you can imagine can be your cheat.
Wonderful songs performed tonight. Each song, every movie, every supplemental video feature you'll see here tonight has been produced by you and your peers specifically for the home video market. Every other award show failed to recognize your excellent work. Video Business Magazine, which tonight is certainly our favorite publication, has created this award show specifically for you. If you're a winner or nominee from last year, If you are a winner or nominee, there's somebody over here laughing hysterically, and I want to thank him so much. If you are a winner or nominee from last year, would you mind standing up so we can see who you all are? If you got an award last year, come on. Don't be shy. Now, what about this year's nominees? I know many of you are here tonight. Would you mind standing if you're a nominee tonight? Come on. So let's move along to our first award. Would you please welcome to the stage the young star of the highly nominated Prancer Returns, a personal favorite. Here is Gavin Fink.
I'm so excited to be here. Mommy. I'm so excited to be here because it's so neat that our movie got nominated for so many awards and it hasn't even come out yet. Prancer was relieved there wasn't any category for Best Animal Actor because he would have felt funny competing with Rudolph. But there is a category for Best Supporting Human Actor, and the nominees are
James Caan, Lucky Town.
I know that was no good then. I still ain't no good. I was a bum.
Dennis Hopper, LAPD, To Protect and to Serve.
Who the hell do the two of you think you are? Not waiting for SWAT acting like Tonto and the Lone Ranger. It's called teamwork.
Jack Palance, Prancer Returns.
I want you to hit the road, Junior. Come on.
I just want some milk.
Milk.
Christopher Plummer, Full Disclosure.
You've gone way beyond your right of confidentiality.
Roy Scheider,
Now listen,
Time Lapse.
if you think Simon's the key, if you think he faked his death, then you've got to find him.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to Jack Palance, Prancer Returns. Jack was unable to be with us this evening. He sends his thanks and asks me to accept his award on his behalf. Thank you.
Jameson Scott Goey flew in from Transylvania to be here tonight. And imagine the changing of planes to do that. There is no need to dismiss those images that the word, Transylvania just conjured fleetingly in your head. There is no location more appropriate for last year's Video Premiere Award winner for Best Visual Effects on Hellraiser Inferno. And this year's nominee from Mimic 2, direct from the set of Dracula Resurrection, to present the award for Internet Video Premiere. Please welcome Mr. Jameson Scott Goey.
It'll sure be a lot easier when everything is done on the internet, and we won't have to fly halfway around the world to work on movies and go to award shows. That time may not be that far off if this list of top-flight directors that have created these elaborate mini-movies for the internet is any indication. Here are the nominees for Best Internet Video.
Ambush, BMWFilms.com.
Is it true?
John Frankenheimer, director.
Buckle up.
Chosen, BMWFilms.com. Ang Lee, director. Freeware, iFilm.com. Alex Orell, director. Stainboy, Adam Shockwave. Tim Burton, director. Star, BMWFilms.com. Guy Ritchie, director.
Hello.
Hey, she doing okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
Show her the sights. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Let me see what I can do.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to... Star, director Guy Ritchie, BMWFilms.com.
Guy Ritchie is in Malta with his wife Madonna, and thus he cannot accept the award. All right, I have two jokes that I've just thought of. Number one, you know, with the don't you feel better when our president, President Bush, when you see one of these near him? Don't you? I always do. I really do. No, because when he's on the prompter, he is excellent. And then, so this movie Prancer Returns has not been released yet. Is that the deal with Prancer Returns? Because you've seen the Exercise Prancer Returns with Richard Simmons. Okay. They could have hired a real comic who would have done this, or maybe not. Hey, there's one team of DVD producers Disney turns to most frequently for its most elaborate special editions, one of whom is here tonight. This is the last year's winner for Best Overall Extra Material and a nominee this year for the reconstruction work. If you are a nominee for reconstruction work in Hollywood, that is very impressive to me, because it doesn't matter to me whether you're working, come on, reconstruction work. For his fine work in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, here is Jeff Curti.
I have to admit, when I first heard the expression DVD menu, I thought it was a list in the video store of all the DVDs they had for sale. Laugh goes there. The menus are actually one of the coolest things on the DVD. From video teasers of each different scene in the movie to sophisticated digital animation that takes you from one page to another, DVD menus can set the mood for a movie and entice you to explore for hours after it's over. Here are the nominees for Best DVD Menu Design this year.
Hannibal, 1K Studios, designers. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs,
of the fair
Castle
princess,
Digital, designers.
Snow White. Where would you like to go in this enchanted realm?
Star Trek, the motion picture, 1K Studios, designers. Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Van Ling, designer. The Terminator, Georgopoulos Design, designers. Total Recall, Rytech Digital Studios, designers.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Van Ling, 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment.
Thank you so much. I want to give really big thanks to my support team, Laurel Dupelchan, my video editor, my fellow digital artist, Jonathan Banta, my true support, Casey Cannon, all the people at Fox and THX, and of course Lucasfilm, who gave me the opportunity to polish one of the jewels in their crown. Thank you.
We actually have somebody now you're going to be familiar with. He is a great, great actor. And our next presenters come from the separate... No! I mean, well, wait. I realized what I just said, and now I regret it. But, no, it's some of my favorite movies. Metropolitan is an excellent film, absolutely, no question about it. Working with the great Whit Stillman. All right, the separate awards have a fellow who's in front of the camera and a fellow who's behind the camera. From the new HBO hit The Mind of the Married Man, and you've seen him in so many great movies, the actor Taylor Nichols, and nominee for Best Editing this evening, here is Kirk Morey. Taylor and Kirk.
Thank you. Knowing what goes on in the mind of the married man is one thing, but I'd like to know what goes on in the mind of some of these guys who come up with these incredible effects. Wouldn't you, Kirk?
No, you wouldn't. I have to work with them, and believe me, it's challenging enough just to edit their stuff. But all kidding aside, the work they do is incredible. Let's look at a few clips of the nominees.
Faust, Love of the Damned. Effects by Polly Cantero and Screaming Mad George. Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell. Effects by Pierre Couture and Dean Lewis.
The war goes on.
Tremors 3, Back to Perfection. Effects by Linda Drake. Battle Queen 2020. Effects by Nucleus FX Inc. Mimic 2. Effects by Jameson Scott Goey.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to
Jameson Goey for Mimic 2.
Still a little shaken up from that whole scene back there. Wow, thank you everyone at Dimension Films, my family at Neo Art and Logic, Kirk, Nawana, Jack, Simone, most of all Joel Swasan, Mike Leahy, Keith Porter. Thank you. And Suki, my right hand right here.
Our second nominated song this evening is from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Island of Misfit Toys. And haven't we all been there? Really. Oh my gosh, she is so beautiful, and she's such a great singer. I love this lady. Here's Sean King singing Beautiful Like Me.
Oh darling, bring me your tired toys, your poor toys, your toys yearning to breathe free. Hey boys, bring me your darlings. Hey boys, bring them to me. Hey boys, it'll be jolly. I can fix them with my DLC. Hey boys, bring me your patients. Dr. C is in the house. I've got the cure for what ails you. Be you moose or be you mouse. Because everything is beautiful. The halls, the walls are fabulously beautiful. Everything and everyone is beautiful. They're beautiful. I make them beautiful. A little plastic here, a little stuffing there, some absolutely genuine faux blonde hair, some powder on that nose, a little pair of pants, and I'm the rectify your dance. Come on, hey toys, if you get busted, come here, I'll make it right. My glue, it can be trusted, makes you stick around all night. A little varnish here, a little garnish there, a little clip, 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 clip off your head, a little dab of paint, apply with loving care, and I'll repair yourself affair. If there's a boo boo on your choo choo train, we'll make the woo 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 whistle again. We can fix it all, we do it every day. So rock on toys, just let the band play. Go! Oh, play it, boys. Oh, everything is beautiful. So beautiful. I make them beautiful. Hey, toys, this is the party. Get your groove on 1, 2, 3. I'm just a medical smarty. I'll make you beautiful like me. I'll make you beautiful just like me.
The award for Best Dress goes to Sean King. All right, little celebrity quiz. Who is Sean King's famous husband? Alan King? No, Larry King. Exactly right. And Sean was an entertainment reporter before she became a big shot singer. So there is hope for some of us. All right, now here's another presentation, but this adds to my suspicion about, oh, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Very impressive. Nice to see you. How are you? That's great. There we go. Great.
Hey. Thank you. I'm 67 years old. And that's the wife. Okay, this is called A Jew Made Good. Anyway, we have 2 little baby boys at home. I'm going to go see them now. That's right, I'm 67. We have a 2.5-year-old and a 1 year and 5 months old. It was done without Viagra. Have a great night.
You know, we could hand out 85 awards tonight, and the winner of the evening is still going to be Larry King. My gosh, wow. That is astounding. All right, you see, I understand that too, because I get it from his end. I understand that. All right, no. All right, do you know the story? It's a lovely story. They met in front of Tiffany's. It's true. He was walking in and she was walking out. And then maybe they both went in. But they really did. This. Thank you. Who is this? He's like, are you drunk now or just laughing your head off? There are probably less than a handful of artists who've been creating extra material for movies on video since the days of Laserdisc. Van Ling spends his spare time between DVD projects working on visual effects for flicks you've never heard of like Terminator 2, Twister, and Titanic. In his more serious work, he's become legendary for creating DVD special editions that are so meticulous in their recounting of every aspect of production, they could serve as a self-contained course for a film student. Presenting the award for Best Audio Commentary, and he's won an award tonight, the 2-time winner of the Video Premiere Award for DVD Menu Design, here once again is Mr. Van Ling.
Providing a running dialogue about a movie while it's running is not as easy as it looks. It's even more difficult to be informative and entertaining at the same time. Some of the most interesting people can be the most uninteresting on a commentary. To do it right, the artist must tell numerous anecdotes that will engage the audience for 2 hours. That's like preparing to be on David Letterman or Jay Leno for about a month. And now that it's become an art form, it's only fitting that we give awards for those who do it best. The nominees for Best Audio Commentary are
John Cleese, Eric Idle, and Michael Palin for Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Everyone's adding a little bit extra. John's about to crack up. I can see that. He's breaking up.
Francis Ford Coppola for The Godfather.
In the movie with Marlon Brando, so you can imagine how frazzled he was.
Roger Ebert for Citizen Kane.
You know, Mr. Thatcher, at the rate of $1 million a year, I'll have to close this place in 60 years.
George Lucas, Rick McCallum, Ben Burt, Rob Coleman, John Knoll, Dennis Murin, and Scott Squires for Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace.
So we had to sort of optically make him go faster in the next shot to catch up with the other ones.
Rob Reiner for When Harry Met Sally.
And of course, the last line of the scene was, I'll have what she's having, is my mother who delivers that line, and you can see her in the background of this shot here.
Robert Wise, Douglas Trumbull, John Dykstra, Jerry Goldsmith, and Stephen Collins for Star Trek, The Motion Picture.
But this is the shot which is redone upside down with the Enterprise at the end of the movie.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to Roger Ebert for Citizen Kane.
I hate to disappoint you, but I'm not Roger Ebert. I'm Paul Hemstreet from Warner Home Video, and this is Jeffrey Lerner. I want to thank Roger Ebert. I want to thank Roger for bringing new life when you watch Citizen Kane with his commentary, even if you've seen it many times. And it was a joy to work on such a great film and favorite.
And actually, recording with Roger was a pleasure, and thanking Paul for having me aboard this special project, which is very dear to me. And thanks, everybody, and thanks for Jonathan out there from New Wave for helping out, and Barry for editing, and Michael Harold for audio editing. So thanks, guys.
Please welcome the 2001 nominee for Best Screenplay for Keeping It Real. Here is David O. Davis.
Good evening. As a writer, this is why I'm a writer, not a speaker. As a writer, the whole notion of an editor is blasphemous to me, unless, of course, it involves the trimming of those boring action and sex scenes where there's no dialogue. I'm sure that's why these guys were all nominated for Best Editing. Clay Cross and Bill Sebastian for the riff. Brian Katkin for Hard as Nails. Daniel Kendrick for The Arena. Kirk M. Morey for Mimic 2. And Kevin D. Ross for 100 Girls. And the Video Premiere Award goes to Kevin D. Ross for 100 Girls.
Wow, this is really cool. And you know what? You can't see anybody out there, so this is great up here. Wow, I get to follow Roger Ebert. This is really great. Well, I'd like to thank, first of all, my director and writer of 100 Girls, Michael Davis, who did just a wonderful job with this film. Producers, Richard Finney, Terry Michael, Ehud Bleiberg, and Yitzhak Ginsburg. DP, Jim Spencer. Our musical composer, Kevin Bassenson, and just the whole cast and crew of 100 Girls. This was just a delight to work on, and I'm just glad I had the opportunity to have this as my first big break. Oh, and Trimark for releasing the film on video. So thank you very much.
How many friends does that guy have in the audience? Very popular. Congratulations. All right. Here's the person that gets the credit or the blame. I think he's kind of come up with the whole thing. Shall we welcome the editor-in-chief of Video Business and Video Premieres magazines? Here is Scott Hettrick.
I'll take the blame for the first half. Let's hope it goes a little better the second half. The video premiere movie market has grown to an estimated $1.2 billion annually. More importantly, at least to some, the level of quality has risen well beyond the standard genre fare of the 1980s. Meanwhile, the volume and quality of supplemental programming created for movies on video has exploded far beyond the cottage industry-like Laserdisc market of the early 1990s. The video industry is no longer limited to simply repackaging someone else's programming. It's become a major producer and distributor of original programming. There are a few key pioneers who are directly responsible for this welcome evolution. Video Business Magazine and the Video Premieres Academy wish to recognize such visionaries with its highest honor, the Video Premiere Pioneer Award. Louis Viola may never have envisioned 10 installments of The Land Before Time when he launched the Video Premieres franchise at Universal Studios in 1994, But as long as they keep selling a couple million copies every year and attracting talent like this year's video premiere nominee Robert Guillaume, his vision seems even more inspired as time goes on. That vision also encompassed live-action movies, beginning with a sequel to Darkman and continues now with Beethoven's Fourth and Slapshot 2 and a lot of other titles, including Tremors. Here to present the first ever Video Premiere Pioneer Award is Universal Pictures Chairman Stacy Snyder.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'm pleased to be with everyone tonight. It's especially fitting that my colleague, Louis Viola, is the first recipient of the Pioneer Award because he is truly a man of innovation and vision. During his 23 years at Universal, his unique strategies have been a cornerstone of our home entertainment business. As president of our home video group, Louis led Universal through an unprecedented period of growth. His dynamic approach for sell-through releases, first exemplified by the home video debut of E.T. the Extraterrestrial, combined an unparalleled distribution effort with an aggressive marketing campaign. The results were remarkable, and the achievement carved out a new benchmark for success in home entertainment. Always eager to embrace new technologies, Louis played a key role in resolving the complex technical issues inherent in the introduction of DVD, and in developing and implementing Universal's strategy to support this new format. Under his direction, Universal aggressively entered the DVD market, and we continue as a leader in DVD today. Later, as president of Universal Family and Home Entertainment Group, Louis launched our direct-to-video business, overseeing the development, production, and distribution of sequels to family titles such as The Land Before Time, An American Tale, and Beethoven. This business has further expanded to general titles, with sequels to the Universal films Darkman, Tremors, K-9, and Slapshot. With Universal's commitment to our franchise properties, our global brands such as The Mummy, Jurassic Park, and Dr. Seuss properties such as The Grinch and The Cat in the Hat, Louis has now taken on an expanded role as president of Universal Pictures Franchise Development, which combines our direct-to-video business and our consumer products group. With the goal of maximizing the opportunities in our existing franchises and in developing new ones in all media worldwide, we are taking full advantage of Louis's extraordinary talents. It gives me great pleasure to be here tonight, as he is recognized by his peers in this industry that he loves. Let me introduce Louis Viola.
Yes, only I would have a pecker present me with an award. On Fox Kids Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 2 o'clock, Season 3, Woody Woodpecker. When I first got the phone call telling me that I had won the first ever Pioneer Award, I was flattered and at the same time kind of concerned. I started checking my back for arrows because that's usually how you recognize a pioneer. But you know, we entered this business with a certain set of goals, and frankly, we didn't know if we'd get there, and I'm not sure we're there yet, but we certainly have made inroads to progress. It wouldn't be possible to do that, frankly, without the support of Stacy Snyder and Mark Schmugger and Rick Finkelstein, who actually create the most incredible idea environment that I've ever seen at Universal, and probably, and I believe this, in the industry. And I don't do this alone. I have the support of a great team inside my own group. I have an outstanding partner in Craig Kornblau and Dick Longwell and Mike McLeod and Ken Graffio in the home video operation domestically, and Peter Smith at his organization internationally. And we've had the ability to work with incredibly talented people.
great writers, great directors, great actors, from our friends at Stampede to Charlie Grosvenor, who does all Land Before Time stuff, to David Mickey Evans, who directed our 2 Beethoven movies, and the list goes on and on and on with the quality of people that we've been able to attract to work with us on this direct-to-video area. But the most important thanks goes out to my team within Universal Home Entertainment, and starting with Bob Rubin, who's my right hand, and Patty Jackson and Tom Segrist, who are creative executives, and Nancy Eagle, and our business affairs area, and Naomi Galliano, who's our finance person. And if there's one person I really would like to truly single out, it's Susie Peterson. I may be the godfather of Land Before Time. Susie is the parents of Land Before Time. So thank you, Susie. Thank you.
And now we'd like to show a special tribute video for Louis.
Please welcome another big shot, the publisher of Video Business and Video Premieres magazine. This is Rose Einstein.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to stop for just a minute and talk about the charity that is benefiting from tonight's event. As you know, no one could have possibly anticipated the horrific events of September 11th. No one could have known the impact that day and the subsequent daily news reports would have on our country and each one of us individually. Sometimes it seems there is so little we can do, and often it seems a challenge just to get through another day of news reports. But actually there is something that we can do, and we've done it together tonight. Through the support of a handful of full sponsors for this event, we are able to contribute $100,000 to the United Way September 11th Fund. Thank you very much. That will go to the families of the victims in New York and Washington, D.C. Those of you who bought tickets and made the effort to come here tonight have also contributed. 50% of every ticket sale is being added to the donation for from the Video Premiere Awards. Thank you. And, of course, the good feeling that we're generating here tonight will also make us all feel a little better, I'm sure. We're not going to ask you to sing, but we did want to thank you once again for your kindness. It was very obvious you guys responded very quickly to this call. And in celebration of your contribution, our contribution to the United Way, we are proud to present the world premiere performance of Proud, Strong, and Free. Please welcome 16-year-old actress and singer Lauren Frost and her accompanist and co-writer of the song, John Rusnak. Thank you.
I'm strong.
I'm proud.
I'm proud.
I'm proud.
I'm proud.
And I'm free.
And free.
Free. Free.
Free.
I'm free.
I'm free. Free. And I'm free.
Through the deepest valley, through the darkest night, stands a lonely beacon, true and shining bright. It's the flame of justice. It's the light we see, and it stands for you and for me. Proud, strong, and free, that's America to me. Freedom's light, burning bright through the storm. Proud, strong, and free, that's America to me. Across the land we firmly stand, proud, strong, and free. As we stand united, time is on our side. With our hearts ignited, truth will be our guide. With one voice we promise, unafraid and free, lasting peace for you and for me. Proud, strong, and free, that's America to me. Freedom's light, burning bright through the storm. Proud, strong, and free, that's America to me. Across the land we firmly stand, proud, strong, and free. Across the land we firmly stand, proud, strong, and free.
Thanks very much to Lauren and John. That is terrific. Thank you very, very much. You very much know the next person who's going to come out here and have enjoyed his work for a long, long time. Very nice to just meet him backstage once again. Star of TV's Family Ties and Best Actor nominee tonight for Tremors 3, or Tremors 3, Back to Perfection. Here is Michael Gross.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. It's not easy working at Universal and trying to keep your numbers as high as the competition. I'm not talking about video rentals. I'm talking about the numbers after our movie titles. And I felt good about wrapping my work on Tremors 3 until I saw that Judge Reinhold and Julia Sweeney were finishing Beethoven's Fourth. I'd even want to talk to you guys about who are working on The Land Before Time 9 and 10. I'd rather talk about all the good work that these fine actresses did in some fun video premiere movies. Let's take a glimpse at some of these performances.
Drew Barrymore, skipped parts.
We all want to have your baby. We want you to be the dad of a new generation.
Linda Hamilton, skeletons in the closet.
Poison. Did he do it well?
Penelope Ann Miller, full disclosure.
Come on, Sarah. Come on. I don't want to pull the trigger. Huh? No?
Brittany Murphy, bong water.
Inside of blowing that tremendous bubble. It's so, oh, wow.
Julia Sweeney, Beethoven's Fourth.
Are sleeping outside from now until eternity!
And the Video Award for Best Supporting Actress, Linda Hamilton, Skeletons in the Closet, Artisan Home Entertainment. Linda's with Jack Palance tonight doing push-ups somewhere. And so I will accept the award on her behalf. Thank you very much.
Someone is nominated for the best cinematography for the movie The Riff, you know, and he is here. He's going to present our next award. His name is Garrett Griffin.
Thank you. The term documentary usually conjures up images of archived footage of buildings of skyscrapers or murky photography of beavers having sex. I'd probably watch that one myself. But these nominees have found a way to often document the mundane job of working on a movie and make it entertaining as well as insightful. Each one has taken a very different approach. Let's take a look.
John Shank, for the beginning, Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
We can slow it down a little bit so that if it's intense for us,
Yeah, we don't know what I'm feeling.
you know, a regular person's going to go nuts.
Jeffrey Schwartz, for Blonde Poison, The Making of Basic Instinct.
And she always would come to parties, and then she would do these things. That she wouldn't have any underwear. And my friend said, "You see that?" And she said, "Jesus, it's horrible. She should know that, you know, because everybody can see it." So he walks up to her.
Brent Zaki, Kevin Burns, and Monica Bider, for Cleopatra, the film that changed Hollywood.
Am I to understand then that you feel free to do with me whatever you want? Whenever you want?
And a scandal that sent the press into a feeding frenzy.
Josh Orek, for The Matrix Revisited. Van Ling, for Other Voices, Back Through Time, creating The Terminator.
We wound up in a one-year holding pattern, during which I practically starved to death. You know, my mom was sending me coupons in the mail that allowed me to buy 2 Big Macs for the price of 1 so that I could survive.
Laurent Bouzereau, for Rear Window Ethics, remembering and restoring a Hitchcock classic.
I play a wheelchair-bound journalist observing life across the courtyard. My girlfriend is the enchanting Grace Kelly.
Jan Harlan, for Stanley Kubrick, A Life in Pictures.
Because it is Stanley, and he pushed everyone to the limit. He pushed the film to the limit. He pushed, you know, the actors emotionally, but because we all wanted to go there with him.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to Cleopatra, the film that changed Hollywood. Directors Brent Zaki, Kevin Burns, and Monica Bender-Ryder. Congratulations. And they are here this evening.
You really can't see up here. I'm Kevin Burns. This is Brent Zaki. Thank you. And I certainly want to thank everyone at 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment and American Movie Classics for making this documentary possible, and Brent, my partner, and the incredible crew that we put together on this film. But the story of this really goes back about 15 years when I was teaching the incredible story of Cleopatra at my film class at Boston University. And over the course of time, it was a real labor of love to try to bring this to the screen. And it would be impossible tonight to thank everyone here for this award and to thank Video Premiere Magazine for this award without mentioning someone who very much would have appreciated seeing the documentary, and it was very much an inspiration for it, and that was Roddy McDowell, who was an incredible fan of home video and motion pictures in general. Thank you very much.
And I'd just like to thank the associate producer, Colin Cotter, our editors, Tori Rodman, and Monica Biter, our other partner. Thank you very much. And my wife.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. Because the security was good getting in, but now has just dissipated entirely. Here he is, the editor-in-chief of Video Business, Video Premieres Magazine. The fabulous Scott Hettrick is back.
It's my last appearance, I promise. When your pedigree is the all-time biggest animated movie in cinema history, there's just a little bit of pressure not to diminish that stature. When you're working on the far more limited budget of a Video Premiere sequel movie, there is more than a little risk that the project won't reach expectations. Disney's The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, not only became far and away the biggest selling video premiere in history, with about 15 million copies sold for almost $300 million, it achieved an unprecedented level of something. I'm going to get the teleprompter. Yeah, it's an unprecedented level of artistry in a video premiere movie. I knew it was artistry. I would have got it. It didn't hurt that it had the benefit of incorporating the Tony Award-winning original song, He Lives in You, from the Broadway version of The Lion King, playing just down the street. But that was for the first time in a movie that song premiered. But several other original songs, including We Are One and Love Will Find a Way, were of equal caliber. The story, the animation, the new and returning characters, and the music all combined to deliver a film that exceeded unusually high expectations. Here's a video montage of scenes from The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride.
As you go through life, you'll see there is so much that we don't understand. And the only thing we know is things don't always go the way we planned. But you'll see every day that we'll never turn away when it seems all your dreams come undone. We will stand by your side, filled with hope and filled with pride. We are more than we are one.
The lights were turned off there for a minute. I could see all the people way up in the balcony. Was there bags all the way in those seats way up high there? I just want to make sure. If not, there's some extras down here, I think, if people haven't picked them up. In recognition of the level of overall artistry that stands apart from other video premiere movies, The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, has been chosen as the first film to be inducted into the Video Premiere Academy of Artistic Achievement. Here to accept the award is Executive Vice President in charge of production for Disney TV Animation, Sharon Morrill, and President of Buena Vista Home Entertainment, Robert Chapek.
As you go through life, you'll see.
The daunting task of creating sequels to some of Disney's best animated classics rests on the shoulders of Sharon Morrill and her fine creative team. Sharon's been creating Disney video premieres from the very beginning, from the start with Return of Jafar to Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, the film which is being recognized this evening, as well as the most recent one, which is Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure. Sharon and her team, their creative success has not only paved the way for our commercial success from a BVHE standpoint, but also raised the bar for the entire industry that we all strive to achieve to. So, Sharon.
Thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank Bob Chapek and the Buena Vista Home Entertainment Group, Gordon Ho, Susan Soria, and Andy Saditsky. We've been together since the beginning, and I really believe that they took the direct-to-video business and turned it to what we call now the video premiere business, and created for really families around the world first-rate family entertainment, and I'm really proud to work with them every single day. Second of all, I'd like to thank my team at Disney TV Animation. They continually, every single day, strive to raise that bar of excellence with every movie we make. And lastly, and most importantly, I'd like to thank our filmmakers who are here tonight, Janine Russell, Daryl Rooney, and the co-director Rob LaDuca. Daryl and Janine are also the director and producer of Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure, and they produced and directed Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. They did have the daunting task, as Scott said, of the enormous pressure we felt every day of exceeding the expectations. We would have been thrilled just to meet the expectations, but I'm really proud to say that they did exceed the expectations of the studio. They did it with a lot of guts, a lot of passion, many, many, many late nights, and I kind of do remember a martini here and there, and an incredible amount of talent. I'm proud to be their colleague, and I'm more proud to call them my friends. Thank you, Janine, and thank you, Daryl, and thank you all very much.
From TV's Dawson's Creek, here's Sasha Alexander, and from the nominated The Tomorrow Man, welcome actor Morgan Russler. Here's Sasha and Morgan.
Hi. Hi. So, Morgan, to bring an animated character to life, it takes the combination of an animation wizard and the vocal skills of a talented actor.
You couldn't be more right, Sasha. We're here
He's funny.
to proudly present the combined nominees for the Video Premiere Award for Best Animated Character Performance. And here they are.
Barbie and Clara, Kelly Sheridan voice, Michael Ferraro and Gino Nichelle animation directors, Barbie in the Nutcracker.
Well, I'm sorry, but you should have been more careful.
Here. We'll fix this right up.
Mr. Thicknose, Robert Guillaume voice, Zion Davish, overseas supervising director, Eunice Yang, animation director, The Land Before Time, The Big Freeze.
I mean, our type of creature doesn't... We can't climb something like that. Can we?
Him, Peter Kalamis voice, Chris Buckley, animation, Barbie and the Nutcracker.
Too much ornament, not enough lawn. How about bookends, since there's two of them?
Wonderful idea, Pim. I do believe I'm starting to rub off on you.
Queen Camilla, Jamie Lee Curtis voice, Bill Kowalchuk, designer and creator, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Island of Misfit Toys.
Lies, lies, lies! Just because Camilla is beautiful, don't mean she's one sandwich short of picnic, darling.
Scamp, Scott Wolf voice, Andrew Collins, supervising animator, Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure.
But I want to run wild and free like a real dog.
And the video premiere award goes to... Oh, I can't get it. Scamp, Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure, voiced by Scott Wolf, supervising animator, Andrew Collins, Buena Vista Home Video.
Oh, and
Janine. Hi, I'm not Scott Wolf. My name's Daryl Rooney. I'm the director of Scamp's Adventure. Janine is back there somewhere. So Scott's in New York right now, but I know that he would be thrilled that he was singled out for an award. This was his first time to ever do any kind of voice work, and he was a natural for it. I know that he would want to thank Jamie Thomason for his terrific dialogue directing, and the whole casting department, the people at LA Studios for their great work, the whole creative team at Disney TV Animation, and our wonderful executive, Sharon Morrill, who you've all met, David Staten, Dean Valentine, Lenora Hume, and Joyce Miller. So thanks very much on behalf of Scott Wolf.
Please welcome our next presenter. This fellow is a fantastic actor. He actually really, really is. The star of Ed Gein and Storytelling. Here is Steve Railsback.
Okay, we all know this is bull anyway, but I'm going to do it. It's not true that actors wouldn't be able to put together sentences if it wasn't for writers. Look at me now. I'm talking intelligently without any help from a writer. Okay. Excuse me, could you tilt the teleprompter up so I can see it better? Thank you. Anyway, the 5 nominees for Best Screenplay are, I'm naming these two, Doug Campbell, that's Tomorrow Man, Brandon Cole for All Revved Up, David O. Davis, Brian Cox for Keeping It Real, Tony Johnston for Full Disclosure, Roger Nygaard and Joe Yannetti for Suckers. And the winner is Roger Nygaard and Joe Yannetti. Suckers.
First of all, if anybody touches my bag of goods, I'm calling security. I've never been so happy that my film did not get a theatrical release. So I want to thank all the distributors who told us, you suck. No. But we persevered and got our film made. And I'd just like to thank one person, Tim Thomerson, because of all the actors in Suckers, he's the one who happens to be here tonight. And I'm Roger Nygaard, by the way, and this is my writing partner, Joe Yannetti, upon whose life this film is based.
I just want to thank this guy first, because he's the captain of the ship that made the whole thing happen. So give him a round of applause before anything. And he actually gave me the thrill of being able to drive by a Blockbuster Video and go, my name is written in real small letters on a box in that place right there. And would like to apologize for Sam Rubin, because I'm the guy who's laughing at him back there. And the reason why I'm laughing is, as Tim Thomerson knows, we're both comedians. The funniest thing for a comedian is to watch a guy die that badly. Thank you very much.
Now, I think fail is fair. I think die is a little, a little intense. Here's kind of a crazy thing. Well, I don't know how many of you watch the KTLA Morning News in the morning. Tomorrow morning, thank you, you'll be obligated because we're going to be doing the show from here with all of you. But we're, well, there you are. We're always trying to, bring you the latest entertainment news scoops that nobody else has. And I was not aware of this, but apparently Larry King and Sean, well, after this, they were here. Okay. See, that died, but it was daring. I could just, I could read this or not. All right. We have another delightful song, and here we go. Shall we listen to the next nominee for Best Song? It is from the video Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Island of Misfit Toys. Here is Clark Anderson. The song he will be singing is called Beyond the Stars.
Listen to your dreams in your heart. Hold on and wish them with all your might. And maybe someday we'll know how close we are. Life is waiting there beyond the stars. We can find our way.
Now, that was very good, Clark Anderson. Thank you. All right, here we go. You love her in The Tomorrow Man, and here she is right now. Let's welcome Beth Kennedy.
So, filmmakers are never done making a movie anymore. George Lucas keeps going back and adding digital scenes for his Star Wars movies. Steven Spielberg keeps re-editing Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And bless his soul, Robert Weiss, at 86 years old, he's back in the editing room last summer tweaking the Star Trek movie that he made over 20 years ago. And of course, Sam Rubin is back there still trying to write a funny joke. I got some more things to say here. Fox went back and created a Marilyn Monroe movie that George Cukor didn't even complete. And Disney created 30 more minutes of Snow White 64 years after Walt Disney made it. I'm going to have to talk to my agent and see if I can audition for the recasting of Scarlett O'Hara in the special DVD audition of Gone with the Wind. Fiddle-dee-dee. After all, tomorrow is another day. And now we have the nominees for Best Reconstructed Movie.
David C. Fine, Michael Matessino, and Darren R. Doctorman for Star Trek The Motion Picture. Pablo Hellman for Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace.
Alrighty. And the video Video Premiere Award goes to Star Trek The Motion Picture, Director's Edition, producer David C. Fine, restoration supervisor Michael Matasino, visual effects supervisor Darren R. Doctorman, Paramount Home Video, on their behalf. And here they are. I will leave now.
Wow. First, thank you. First of all, we have to thank Robert Wise. Without his support, really. Mike Matasino couldn't be here. I'm sorry he couldn't make it. The team that we put together for this was incredible. Paramount was incredible. I want to thank everyone over there. Our visual effects supervisor, Darren Doctorman, who was endlessly supportive. Foundation Imaging, Chuck Michael, so many people. Thanks.
And once more, thanks to Robert Wise, whose vision continues to impress me. He's a living timeline of Hollywood, and we're just happy to have been a part of this project with him.
Thanks.
I mean, not that a big fight between me and Beth Kennedy is very interesting, but I am not writing the jokes back there. I am rewriting the jokes that were written for me. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next presenter. He is nominated in 2 categories tonight, Best Director and Screenplay for The Tomorrow Man. Here he is, Doug Campbell.
They call them DPs because they are directors of photography, but sometimes they essentially direct the scene even though we would never admit that to ourselves, and I will never admit that. They are often, too often, overlooked for making us look good. So, it is my pleasure to help bring recognition to these 5 cinematographers tonight.
Ian Elkin for The Crimson Code.
Drop the knife. You said I could have her. You promised. I lied. Then it looks like it's going to be 2 for 1. Or none at all.
Garrett Griffin for The Riff. Nathan Hope for Mimic 2. Art Wilder for Same River Twice. Bruce Worrell for Prancer Returns.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to Garrett Griffin, The Riff.
Okay, wow, a great unexpected pleasure. And first of all, of course, I have to thank Variety and Video Business for putting this on. For us filmmakers out here. All filmmakers come from the heart. If they're real filmmakers, we all work just as hard as the big boys. Of course, I'd like to thank our illustrious producers, executive producer Janet Jensen, Sean Griffith, and producer Bernie Pollack, who's all here tonight, and York and Maverick for putting this film out for us. And I also want to give a special thanks to the writer-director Mark Allen, who gave us a vision that actually allowed us to tell some story with the camera. So that was a great pleasure for all of us. Thank you very much.
It is getting increasingly, now being threatened. The fellow's about to come out and said, "Got to say something nice, man." He really did. You have not seen a hairstyle like this in a very long time. I will say that to you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome last year's honoree for Best Original Score for The Book of Stars. Here he is, Richard Gibbs.
Thank you, Sam. Very nice. Yeah, okay, that was very nice. How y'all doing? Okay, here we go. Perhaps the most unheralded element, the movies premiering on video, particularly live action movies, is the film score. Look, the first time I ever got a movie to score, it's the first job I ever had. I was so thrilled. I got the video, I took it home, and I popped it in my machine. I said, all right, I'm going to start working on this. And I looked at it, and this thing sucks. I didn't realize how bad it is. You know, and then you realize as you get into it and you start laying music against it, what a difference music can make in the score, in the playing of a film, how much better it plays with music. All of these people, not just my music, any music, all of these people are people who have been through that process. So, these are the composers for these direct-to-video movies. And the nominees are
Kevin Bassenson for 100 Girls.
Cynthia is the perfect example of the power women hold over men. We are paralyzed by their beauty. We are rendered speechless by it.
Claude Desjardins and Eric Robertson for Full Disclosure. Randy Miller and Kristen Wilkinson for Prancer Returns. Bruce Roberts and Diana B. for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, The Island of Misfit Toys. Ken Williams for The Crimson Code.
Drop the gun, Freddy. Just relax. Easy, buddy. Drop the gun. Drop the gun. Don't make it worse for you.
all right then. Okay, and the winners are Randy Miller and Kristen Wilkinson for Prancer Returns. Here's Randy.
Oh, I'd like to thank people from USA Home Entertainment, in particular Judy Marlin, who helped out so much with the score. Angela Mancuso with all her dedication to the film, and in particular Josh Butler, who is one of the few directors I've worked with who truly understands film music and actually has an encyclopedic knowledge. He was impressive to work with.
I also want to thank all my great new friends here in Hollywood. Josh, Angela, Judy, thanks a million. We've had a great time. Hope it keeps it.
Hooray. Okay, now more awards. You're watching her this week on The Bold and the Beautiful, and she's done such a good job on that show. Tonight she's presenting two vitally important awards. Let's make welcome the actress Portia Wheeler. Hi. Did I was close?
Yeah, you're good. That was real good. Okay, this award actually was supposed to be presented by Coolio, but unlike a lot of other people, he's not here tonight. So, just pretend, he couldn't make it, but just pretend right now I'm Coolio as I read what he was supposed to say. Okay, this is what he was supposed to say. My best Coolio impression. Yo, what's up with all these reindeer movies? Am I going to have to put on antlers to get a Video Premiere Award nomination? Obviously not. Anyway, look at this. 3 nominated songs from reindeer movies, and the other 2 are about dogs and bears. I bet none of them are hip-hop either. I didn't get that one either, so don't worry about it. Okay, so let's check them out.
Beyond the Stars from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Island of Misfit Toys. performed by Clark Anderson, music and lyrics by Bruce Roberts and Diana B.
Just you and me in all of the world. You're all I see.
A World Without Fences, from Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure, performed by Roger Bart, written by Melissa Manchester and Norman Gimbel.
A world without fences, where I can run free and be with real dogs who'll bring the real dog out in me. No walls and no boundaries, where I can be free. A world without walls and fences, that's exactly where I want to be.
Great Big World, from the Little Bear Movie, performed by Sean Colvin, composed by Mark Jordan and Anthony Vanderberg.
There's Pudding Hill. There's a great big tree.
Beautiful.
Full of birds and leaves. I can spy there or just lie there, as happy as can be. It's all inside of me. Finding sticks and playing tricks and running like the wind.
Beautiful Like Me, from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Island of Misfit Toys. Performed by Sean King, Toy Soldiers performed by Bruce Roberts, music and lyrics by Bruce Roberts and Diana B.
So beautiful, I make them beautiful. Hey toys, this is the party. Get your groove on 1, 2, 3. I'm just a medical smarty. I'll make you beautiful like me. I'll make you beautiful just like me.
If You Believe, from Prancer Returns, performed by Alicia Elliott, written by Randy Goodwin, produced by Adam Anders.
Just what you see, and all things illogical can possibly be. Then open your mind.
And the winner goes to... as I slide. If You Believe, Prancer Returns. Alicia Elliott, is she here?
A wish on a star might really come true, and they do. If you believe.
They all left me. I want to thank my wife for marrying me. I want to thank Joshua Butler, also great director. It was a blast working with you. I want to thank Jim and Jason Morey and Tony Brown for thinking of me, and also Alicia Elliott for actually having talent. Like so many people don't in the music business nowadays. Anyway, I think this is great on.
Okay, I'm still here because this was the award I was supposed to give. Out. There aren't many jobs for actors in all these extra material for DVDs, but I guess that's okay because there is all kinds of fun stuff on these things. I can watch to see which directors I might like working with. On some of them, I can edit the scenes the way I want. I just wish I could do that on my movies before they get to DVD. You know, here are the nominees for the best overall new extra features for DVDs of movies that were released in theaters 2 or more years ago. This includes the audio commentary, the documentaries, the menus, the interactive games, and any other new stuff.
Die Hard 5-Star Collection, David Pryor, producer. Forrest Gump, Light Source and Imagery, producers.
Forrest, look at me.
If you leave, who's going to be my friend anymore?
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, David Jessen, producer.
Here you will find drawings that inspired further development, as well as ideas that were tried but not used during the process of creating this landmark motion picture.
Star Trek, the motion picture, Paramount, producer.
Generating multiple motion picture sequels, new television spin-offs, and a merchandising empire that thrives to this day.
Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace, Jim Ward, producer. Superman, Paul Hemstreet, Jonathan Gaines, and Michael Thau, producers.
I mean, Batman's got a cool car, but flight is what really captures people's imagination. I mean, to take 2 or 3 running steps and soar into the air.
Total Recall, Automat Pictures, producers.
Total Recall was just an action-packed movie.
Wow, okay. And the winner goes to... I should have had this open already. No. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Producer Dave Jessen, Buena Vista Home Entertainment.
Wow, this is really awesome. Is it too late to trade it in for what Larry King has? I mean, look at the legs on this 64-year-old broad. Isn't it amazing what this can do? I'm not you, ma'am, but talking about Snow White. I don't know if you know, but Snow White has 15 hours of extra programming that we produced, which takes a lot of people, and I have a really bad memory, so I'm going to go really quickly, okay? I want to thank Video Business and Rose Einstein. I love you, Rose. Thank you. Believe me, she had nothing to do with this. It's truly on the up and up. Scott Hettrick, my awesome DVD production staff, Stan Deneroff, Elizabeth Logan. I have the coolest boss in the world, Chris Carey. Our unbelievable creative partners, Jeff Curdy and Michael Peller, and I bow to you. Jim Castle for the wonderful menus. I think Jim is here. Jim, stand up. The Secret Lab, who worked with you on them and us. The great guys at TVA Special Projects, Ed and Gary, who worked on our game. Our technical services team, who is phenomenal, who takes the 15 hours of stuff we produce and has to deal with it and program it and work with Still in Motion, an authoring house that has a contract on my life. And last but not least, I want to thank Gordon Ho and his remarkable marketing team, who this truly is a partnership. And it's commerce and art coming together, and we did it, buddy. Thank you.
Please welcome our next presenter. He's the star of the Crimson Code. It is Tim Thomerson.
Sam Rubin, ladies and gentlemen, Sam Rubin. This year, our special edition DVDs provided us history lessons about the Holocaust, the Cuban Missile Crisis. They also provided us in-depth looks at how the dinosaur age and a 35-year-old children's book was recreated, how a man ate another man's brain. Here are the nominees for the best new extra features in a new release.
Dinosaur, David Jensen, producer.
The pterosaur can best be described as a flying reptile. Look out!
Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Colleen Benn and Marion Manzi, producers.
I asked for 3/4, not 5/8. Stay focused!
Hannibal, Charles de Lazarica, producer.
And we leave it at that.
Into the Arms of Strangers, Paul Hemstreet and Jeffrey Lerner, producers.
Every parent promised their child, we will soon come and follow. How otherwise did the parents get the little children onto the trains?
Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, produced by Light Source and Imagery. "13 Days," Alita Hawley, producer.
We're producing missiles like sausages.
So by the 50s, people in both countries were persuaded that a World War III was coming.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to Into the Arms of Strangers. Paul Hemstreet, Jeffrey Lerner, producers.
Wow, this is exciting. Thank you, Video Business and the Premiere Awards. This has been a special project from the get-go, and want to definitely thank Deborah Oppenheimer and the creative talent behind the movie. This was a labor of love to get a lot of these special materials together. This is what DVD is about. This is about going behind the movies or going above it to provide something that's a little different and a lot more educational, to allow people to see things that the movie didn't have but expand upon it. I want to thank Paul Hemstreet, John Richards, and the Warner Brothers team for allowing me to work on this film. And also all my people at New Wave Entertainment, Mike Meadows, Paul Appel, Alan Burrell, and the rest of our creative staff. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Producer Deborah Oppenheimer says that there's a word in Hebrew, bashert, which means the story is meant to be told. And she felt this about this story, Into the Arms of Strangers. And I think I could feel that through this whole project, even the DVD special features. And it's an incredible story that needs to be told, and the special features help convey that and those ideas. So I want to thank Deborah Oppenheimer and her vision for this story, everyone at Warner Home Video who helped see it through, John Richards, Mike Saxa, up through Warren Lieberfarb, the head of the company, and Jeffrey Lerner at New Wave. And also the talent, Mark Jonathan Harris, the director, teacher, also at USC, Kate Amon, the editor, and everyone else who gave everything they had to be a part of this in the special features as well. Thank you very much.
A rare, real moment. My mother was born in Coburg, Germany, and was on one of those Kindertransports. And so this documentary, if you have not seen it, Into the Arms of Strangers, is remarkable and meant an awful lot to her and our family. Babylon 5, you've seen her in, and A Crack in the Floor. Here she is. Oh, so beautiful. Here's Tracy Scoggins. Do you remember that?
Thank you, Sam. You know, Barbie's older than I am, so how come she's just now getting her first break in the movies? And I love the writers, because I don't think she is. But, you know, I wouldn't mind if it was like a Gloria Stewart sort of thing, you know, like Titanic. But, you know, this Barbie chick still looks 18. And she's got these computer enhancements and a full orchestra playing behind her. We never got that kind of treatment on Dallas. I was on Dynasty. Okay. Okay. Oh, well. The nominees for Best Animated Video Premiere Movie are Barbie in the Nutcracker, Jessica Durchin, Jennifer Twiner,
Barbie and the Nutcracker,
McCarran,
Jessica C. Durchin, Jennifer Twiner McCarran, producers. Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure, Janine Russell, producer.
July 4th picnic, Independence
The Land Before Time, The Big Freeze. Charles Grevsner, director, producer. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Island of Misfit Toys, Bill Kowalczyk, director, producer. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, David Doy, supervising producer.
Like, check it out! We're digital! Well, original.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to Barbie in the Nutcracker. Jessica Durchin, Jennifer Twiner McCarran, producers.
So you might notice there's like more people up on the stage, but Jen and I talked about it and we decided that in doing the Ultimate Girls movie, we couldn't have done it without the guys. So we're bringing on stage Owen Hurley, the director, and Rob Hannett, the executive producer. And I think Rob wanted to say a few words.
Well, thank you very much. It's ironic that the guy with the least hair on the production would be speaking on behalf of the team. But thank you to Video Business for honoring us with this award. So that the alarm code isn't changed on our house, I'd like to thank my wife for putting up with all the time that I put into it, as everyone on the movie did. Thanks to the incredible team at Mainframe, led by Owen Hurley, our director, who did just a fabulous job. And to Jessica Durchin and Jen Twiner for all they did to make this a really smooth, efficient, fun production. And the entire team at Mainframe has just been fantastic to work with, so thanks to everybody there. Thanks to Peter Martins, who's the artistic director of the New York City Ballet, for choreographing our movie. He has a 4-year-old daughter, Talicia, which is the reason he decided to do this with us, and we're really glad he did. Thanks to Arnie Roth, who rearranged the amazing Tchaikovsky score and then conducted the London Symphony. And big thanks to all our friends at Artisan, to Glenn Ross and Steve Beeks and the whole team for all you've done to bring it so successfully to market. And thank you. And to our friends at Entertainment Rights and Universal, who are taking the video out internationally. And most of all, thanks to Ivy Ross, who's the head of Worldwide Barbie Design, and all the people who work on the brand. I mean, it's a $2 billion brand. And because it's such a huge brand, we have a platform for talking to lots of girls, and that's a real privilege. And with that privilege comes responsibility, and so we're glad that we could tell a story where we really seek to empower girls and let them know that if they're kind, clever, and brave, they can change the world. So thanks very much.
Okay, speaking of kind, clever, and brave, the star of a slew of terrific features, Pleasantville, True Crime, and tonight's multi-nominated feature, 100 Girls. What a fine actress. This is Marissa Ribisi.
Hi. Unlike Coolio, I'm representing for the Video Premiere Awards. Okay, a remake, a sequel, and a movie called Replicant. Who says there is no originality in movies anymore? You may have thought we had some pretty hot women in 100 Girls, but these 5 nominees for Best Actor are really sexy guys. Here we go.
Adam Baldwin for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Michael Gross for Tremors 3, Back to Perfection.
A lifetime of preparation, and I end up a refugee. What kind of supreme being would condone such irony?
Christopher Lloyd for When Good Ghouls Go Bad.
Let's go!
Jean-Claude Van Damme for Replicant. Fred Ward for Full Disclosure.
The feds will be at my doorstep the minute this story breaks. You're a famous reporter. You must have some leeway. It doesn't matter. Now, where does Sarah live? I have no idea. I met her 5 minutes before we broke in. Oh, that's great. That's fucking great.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to Michael Gross, and he's here.
Thank you very much. Thanks to Video Business and Variety. It's a pretty heady evening when the competition of people like Fred Ward, he's backstage now, but Fred and the others, but Fred saw us through Tremors 1 and Tremors 2, and he was brilliant in both those films, and it's always a pleasure. I want to say thank you to Universal Home Entertainment for nursing this along and helping us through, and this incredible cast and crew and all the department heads. It really was a labor of love, long hours, long days, and they were all, it's a real family. And to me, that family begins as an actor with the writers, the people of Stampede Entertainment, who've all taken turns directing 1, 2, and 3 as well. But these writers, 11, 12 years ago, looked at the father on Family Ties and said, you know, there's a lunatic inside that man somewhere, and we can tap it. And they did. Thank God for that leap of faith. They saw that lunacy, and many thanks to my wife who lives with that lunacy 24/7. And the person probably with whom none of this would be possible our producer, Nancy Roberts. Nancy has been extraordinary. She gamely soldiers along when people say it can't be done, and somehow she does it. And we're all very grateful for that. And on just a personal note, I love the fact that 50% of the proceeds tonight are going to the September 11th Fund. I was in New York recently, and although they're soldiering along, it's a city in sort of the midst of post-traumatic stress syndrome, I think, really, as are all of us. The landscape has changed. I'm very proud of the fact, on a personal note, particularly in the light of the events of September 11th, that we have done 3 action-adventure movies, Tremors 1, 2, and 3. I play a character in there who's never met a gun he doesn't like, and in none of those movies do any of us turn those guns on another human being. I like that. Thank you very much.
Actually, I love Michael Gross, and Nancy, who he acknowledged, actually lives around the corner from me. So maybe we can have breakfast, because, no. You know how sometimes people will actually lie to you? They just said the funniest thing backstage. We are apparently 5 minutes ahead of schedule, which is startling. They have actually asked me to present an award, so I will do that. You don't have to be a wolf to recognize the animal attraction. Oh, this is a really big award. It is Best Actress, no less. Why don't we learn as we watch each one of these ladies delivering their own unique charm and style to the characters you will see in these carefully selected clips. Here's the nominees for Best Actress.
Emmanuelle Shrieky for 100 Girls.
The man looks like a boy on his birthday. And he treats the woman as if she were a gift that he's waited so long to open.
Kirsten Dunst for Lover's Prayer.
It hurts, does it? And you think it doesn't hurt me? It doesn't hurt me. Oh, what have I done? Poor Monsieur Voldemort.
Stacey Edwards for Prancer Returns.
Right now, when you took him upstairs to bed. I know it is such a simple thing, but you have no idea how good it is to see that.
Kathy Moriarty for The Crimson Code.
World of people out there who don't kill other people. Where people have candlelit dinners. Maybe a little sex. They have fun.
Portia Wheeler for Keeping It Real.
Shut up, Daddy! Don't give me your keeping it real speech. You know, you can see how good a father you've been. Look at Melvin!
All right, the video award goes to... This is fun. Here we go. And you know what? She's here, Portia Wheeler, for Keeping It Real.
Thank you very much. I need to work out. Anyway, no, do you see her, the pink dress? I'm like, ooh. Anyway, I want to definitely thank Video Business Awards, the Variety. There's so many people I have to thank, starting all the way with Brian Cox and Susan Rogers. They were the first people I met the first day. Actually, I take that back. I was auditioning for another show, and there was someone, and I hate that I can't think of her name right now, but Tanya will help me. I want to thank Tanya York, and of course, Doug Schwab. Of course, they are York Entertainment, who obviously produced the entire thing, executive produced the entire film. So this is really exciting for me. Brian Cox was director. I want to thank Sean Blakemore, who was my fabulous co-lead. He was my male, made me look real good. There's so many people to thank, but I can't even collect my thoughts because I'm looking at the screen and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I grew up watching, you know, a lot of these actors there. I can think of Stacey Edwards from Chicago Hope or Kathy Moriarty, and to be standing here is really a tribute to the work that I've been very much working on as I get older, as I, you know, they say better with age. I want to thank my better half, who I would not be standing here, probably wouldn't even be living in LA if it wasn't for him, would have left a long time ago, stressed out. James, my better half over there, James. Larry, I want to thank Larry, Steve, the whole entire production, the entire crew. I want to thank my mother, who bizarre not called me and said, darling, you're going to win. I know it, you're going to win. She called me on my cell phone like 30 minutes ago, and Mom, I'm in the middle of an award. So anyway, I just want to thank you once again. I'm speechless. I didn't have anything prepared to say because I mean, I just remember watching the Oscars, and it was Hilary Swank, and she was like, and I'm ready with my speech, and you know, you watch the Oscars and you think, oh, wow, wow. But I had stiff competition, and I grew up watching a lot of these actresses. So I want to thank the nominating committee and everyone else. This is really a tribute. Thank you very much.
No, that is really great. Congratulations. And I'm struck by what Portia said about growing up. Do you remember our first presenter, little Gavin Fink? Who's just enrolled in his second year of college okay. This is really another person. You thought Michael Gross was a big star, and you knew who he was. The star of the summer comedy hit Rat Race, and a genuine comedy legend. And maybe he'll tell the story of the TV special that we did together that actually never aired. From SCTV, here is Dave Thomas.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you and good evening. I directed a movie in 1987 that went direct to video, not intentionally. So I guess I was kind of a pioneer. Maybe one day they'll have my category, stuff that everybody hated and threw out and put in the garbage, and especially shrink-wrapped in a 4-pack DVD collection. I'm looking forward to that. I'd like to thank Mike Elliott for attempting to buy dinner and Bill Bromley for actually buying dinner tonight from First Look Overseas, whatever the hell they're calling themselves these days. I feel so conflicted about being here since my Mackenzie brother Rick Moranis wasn't nominated for his voice work in Rudolph. But hey, they didn't even ask. This thing amazes me. This is like Star Trek. I couldn't believe this was actually going to work when I was sitting down there. But to get back on book, but hey, They didn't even ask me to do any voices for Rudolph, or Land Before Time, or Scooby-Doo, or even Barbie, so who cares? I'm just hoping they have some free brewskis at the party after the show. In the meantime, here are the nominees for Best Director of a Video Premiere Movie.
John Bradshaw, for Full Disclosure. Joshua Butler, for Prancer Returns.
What are you doing here, kid?
Well, somebody told me you know why this reindeer isn't up there with the rest of them.
Well, the town hires me to put the decorations up every Christmas. Guess that makes me the local expert.
So you think you could tell me about it?
Sure. But if I tell you the Prancer story, that makes you the local expert from now on, deal?
I like stories.
Okay, good.
Doug Campbell, for The Tomorrow Man.
Do we have to go over this again?
What did I tell you? You've got to be tough. If you don't fight back, those kids are going to walk all over you. Come back here. No, you don't. You're not going to run up to your bedroom. Not this time. You're not going to start crying like a baby. You're not going to hide under there. But they're bigger than me! It doesn't matter how big they are.
Jeremy Half, for The Crimson Code. Brian Usna, for Faust, Love of the Damned.
Come with me, Jade. I'm not going to hurt you. Hold your fire. I want the girl. Get her. Go get her. Please. No. Get off me. No. Time to get up.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to Doug Campbell, The Tomorrow Man.
Yeah, I can honestly say I didn't really expect this because I did see all these other movies. And I can kind of guarantee you that maybe our show was probably the lowest budget on the roster. But I got to introduce some people. They didn't want to come up there with me, but Kublai Yuner, our fabulous composer, Scott Laster, our editor, Michael Whaling, our producer, Vanessa Finan, our other producer, Beth Kennedy, my best actress, and Morgan Ressler, my best actor of all time. Anyway, and I don't know. I am speechless. And hi, Randy. How's it going? This is cool. We'll take it, man. We will take this. And this was a credit card feature. This was 3 weeks and 32 lines of credit. And this is wild. So we'll take it. And thank you very much. I'm shocked.
This is very cool. Genuinely excited winners. I've gotten some very exciting news about the after party, which I will share with you in just a few moments. Our next presenter is the star of Corky Romano, the world premiere movies Tremors 2, The Crimson Code, and Full Disclosure. What a good actor. Mr. Fred Ward is here.
Thank you. Well, I have to confess, I didn't know that some of those movies were going to be video premieres when I was making them. I don't think the producers did either. But the process isn't any different. And the truth is, even if a movie goes to the theater first, more people are going to see it on video eventually, right? Okay, so let's take a look at the great movies this year that decided to skip the middleman and go straight to the main event.
Full Disclosure, John Gillespie, producer.
I didn't kill him.
You and I need to have a serious talk. I hope you don't have any dark secrets, John.
He became a target. My life's in danger.
I better get some rest. I have a busy day tomorrow.
You're gonna shoot me.
100 Girls, Yitzhak Ginsburg, Terrence Michael, Eude Bleiberg, Richard Finney, producers.
If we're lucky to say anything to them, it all sounds like gibberish.
You're Matt, the maintenance guy, right? I need some help in my room.
I mean, how can a guy have a real conversation with a girl like this?
Prancer returns. Oscar El Costo, producer.
Is Ryan coming back?
Of course.
He said he wasn't.
Ryan's a little confused right now.
About what?
Well, maybe about the same thing you are. He's not sure where his home is.
Replicant. John Thompson, David Dadden, Danny Lerner, producers. The Tomorrow Man. Vanessa Finan, Michael Wheeling, producers.
Smartest, most terrific little man there ever was. And for as long as you live, whatever you choose to do, I'm your dad.
And the Video Premiere Award goes to 100 Girls. Yitzhak Ginsburg, Terrence Michael, Ewan Bleiberg, Richard Finney, Lionsgate Home Entertainment.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Anybody that's done independent films know that these are the kind of things that are really make a difference. Two of the producers that we worked with, Utes and Ehud, couldn't be here tonight. We're not going to tell them so we can keep their awards. And I know Terry wants to say a few words, and I know we all want to go to the party, but real quick, want to thank our crew. After the first couple days, they were calling our production 100 meal penalties because we were like really pushing them, and they got all the coverage we needed to make a good film. And want to thank Kevin Ross, our editor, Mr. Lawrence, our DP, absolutely stupendous work. And I know you're going to say something about Michael. You know, as a producer, our job is really just to sort of supply the palette and the paints and the cocaine, or but it's this. But it really is the director that you're trying to support, and I know the other movies were just wonderful, and but I'll tell you what I love about the movie we did was because it was a very personal story told by a very personal director that we had the greatest time working with and continue to work with. Michael Davis, I just think he did a wonderful job, and he's a really true talent, and we were very fortunate to work with him. Terry?
Yeah, I know I want to get out of here, but I did want to single out Michael Davis because I still don't understand how a film can be up for Best Picture and the director not be here, because this Michael Davis, it's all him. Thank you for making a movie called 100 Girls so we can cast 100 girls as well. Thank you.
Thank you. That's really great. Congratulations. Here is the best news of all, 4 very exciting words. Free food and drink. And apparently, whether you have a ticket or not, you are all invited to the Knitting Factory. It's just down the street, and people can tell you where it is. And there's a giant after party. Thanks for letting me be here tonight. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Staying by a moment.
Sammy hosted a big thing last night, a big awards show.
Stop me before I host again.
I'm hosting jokes of yours. What did you do last night?
All right, it was the Academy Award. It was called the Video Premiere Award. I don't know why I did this, but it's the Oscars for home to direct to video. When they make a movie and it doesn't go to the theater and goes direct to video. So they have all these people there. Actually, this is a new awards thing from Video Business Magazine.
Yeah.
And Carlos.
They didn't postpone it like the big shows.
No. Sean Southwick sings.
Look how of course she does. She's very talented.
Sean Southwick sings.
Sean is Larry King's wife.
Highlighted the whole thing. Larry King goes, it doesn't matter what awards they give out tonight. I've already won.
And he is right about that, baby.
No question about it. Roger Ebert won the award for Best Commentary.
Sam, I just want to let you know personally, I'm very impressed.
Is that it was this big production of the El Capitan. Every movie, every supplemental video feature you'll see here tonight has been produced by you and your peers specifically for the home video market. And since the Academy Awards, incidentally, I'm tired these Oscar people are ripping us off because, it's going to be right across the street. And why? Because they knew we were here. The Academy Awards, it's true, yes, thank you very much. The Golden Globes, Emmys, every other award show failed to recognize your excellent work. Video Business